Have you ever wondered what happens when the divine feminine stops chasing the divine masculine in a twin flame dynamic? This journey of profound transformation brings about shifts that many don't anticipate. The twin flame connection is often seen as one of the most intense spiritual bonds, pulling two souls together in a cosmic dance of growth, healing, and awakening. But what happens when one half of this divine pair, the feminine energy, steps away from the chase? In this video, we'll explore 10 powerful signs that indicate the divine feminine has stopped pursuing her twin flame. These changes not only impact her, but also set in motion a deep transformation within the divine masculine. If you've experienced this dynamic, you may find clarity and validation in the signs we discuss today. Let's dive in. Sign 1. The divine masculine becomes more self-aware. When the divine feminine withdraws her energy, the divine masculine is suddenly left without the familiar presence that once provided reassurance and validation. This absence acts as a mirror, forcing him to turn inward and confront aspects of himself he may have long avoided. Without external validation, he is faced with deep, unsettling questions about his emotions, motivations, and past behaviors. Initially, this may cause confusion, but over time, he starts to recognize patterns in his responses, reflecting on how his choices have shaped his experiences. This journey toward self-awareness is neither immediate nor effortless. It unfolds gradually, revealing layers of conditioning and emotional wounds that he must address. As he processes this shift, he begins to develop a clearer understanding of his authentic self, gaining insight into his desires, fears, and inner conflicts. This stage marks the beginning of a profound internal transformation, one that lays the foundation for emotional growth and spiritual evolution. Sign 2. Emotional turmoil sets. In the absence of the feminine's loving, persistent energy, creates an emotional void that the divine masculine may struggle to comprehend. Without the familiar presence that once brought him comfort and validation, he is left to face his emotions head-on. A storm of confusion, sadness, and even regret washes over him, stirring feelings of abandonment and loneliness that he previously suppressed. He might feel disoriented, questioning his actions, choices, and the very nature of his connection with the divine feminine. The once reliable cycle of pursuit and withdrawal is now disrupted, forcing him to examine his emotions in a way he never has before. This emotional turbulence, though deeply uncomfortable, is a necessary catalyst for growth. As he sits with these emotions, he begins to uncover hidden wounds, childhood conditioning, and fears that have dictated his past behavior. This phase of the journey is not about suffering, but about revelation, providing him the opportunity to develop emotional resilience, self-awareness, and ultimately, a deeper connection with his true self. Sign 3. He seeks solitude over distraction. In the past, the divine masculine may have used external distractions, work, relationships, or surface-level indulgences to avoid inner work. He may have kept himself busy, immersing in responsibilities or social interactions to suppress deeper emotional realizations. But when the chase ends, he begins craving solitude in a way he never has before. This isn't about isolating himself out of sadness or despair, but rather creating a sacred space for self-reflection and healing. He may find himself drawn to nature, seeking solace in the rhythmic crash of ocean waves or the stillness of the forest. He might take up meditation, using breathwork to navigate his internal landscape, or he may begin journaling as a means to unravel and process long-buried emotions. This period of solitude becomes a transformative experience, allowing him to reconnect with his true self, free from external influences. Over time, he begins to embrace the silence, recognizing that the answers he once sought externally have always been within him, waiting to be heard. Sign 4. A spiritual awakening begins. For many divine masculines, the absence of the feminine's energy acts as a profound catalyst for spiritual awakening. Without the familiar presence of the divine feminine, he is left to face himself, his past, and his inner world in ways he may have never dared before. Questions that once seemed distant or unimportant now take center stage. Why am I here? What is my true purpose? How does my soul fit into the grand scheme of the universe? He begins to sense a deeper, more intricate connection to the cosmos, feeling energies he may have previously dismissed. This newfound curiosity may lead him toward spiritual practices such as meditation, mindfulness, or ancient teachings that resonate with his soul's longing for understanding. He may start noticing synchronicities, receiving intuitive messages, or even having vivid dreams that guide him on his path. Through this awakening, he begins shedding old beliefs that no longer serve him, making space for a higher alignment and deeper healing. This transformation is not just a mental or emotional shift, but a soul-level evolution that will shape the course of his life moving forward. Sign 5. A re-evaluation of relationships. As he becomes more introspective, he starts analyzing his relationships with a newfound depth and clarity. He begins to see which connections were based on ego, convenience, or fear, rather than genuine emotional and spiritual alignment. This realization may be unsettling at first, as he comes to terms with the fact that some of the relationships he once valued were rooted in superficiality or unconscious patterns of avoidance. He may start distancing himself from toxic or draining relationships, recognizing that they no longer serve his growth. Instead, he actively seeks out connections that feel nourishing and aligned with his evolving sense of self. These new relationships tend to be more meaningful, built on mutual respect, emotional depth, and shared values. He may also feel drawn to reconnect with those who inspire him to grow, challenge his old ways of thinking, and support his journey of self-discovery. This re-evaluation of relationships is not just about letting go of the past. It's about making space for deeper, more fulfilling bonds that support his transformation. Sign 6. Increased empathy and emotional depth. Without the feminine's pursuit, he begins to understand the profound impact of his past actions on both himself and those around him. No longer able to brush aside emotions or rationalize past behaviors, he finds himself delving into his feelings with a newfound depth. He starts to recognize the moments where he may have been emotionally unavailable or dismissive, and this realization stirs a deep sense of introspection. Instead of resisting his emotions, he learns to sit with them, embracing both the discomfort and the lessons they hold. His heart begins to open, not just toward the divine feminine, but toward humanity as a whole. He starts to experience empathy on an entirely new level, understanding the emotions of others with clarity and compassion. This expansion of his emotional awareness allows him to forge deeper, more meaningful connections as he now engages with the world from a place of authenticity and understanding, rather than detachment or fear. Sign 7. Inner peace replaces restlessness. Previously, the divine masculine may have felt an unexplainable restlessness, constantly running from emotions, avoiding self-reflection, and resisting growth. This underlying discomfort often manifested as an inability to stay present, a tendency to seek external distractions, or a deep fear of vulnerability. However, As he surrenders to this inner journey, he begins to unravel the layers of conditioning that kept him in a state of unease. The weight of unprocessed emotions slowly lifts as he allows himself to truly feel and acknowledge his past wounds. He starts to embrace stillness, realizing that peace is not found in external validation, but in deep self-acceptance. This newfound tranquility isn't about having all the answers or reaching a final destination. It's about trusting the process, understanding that growth is a lifelong journey, and embracing his path with greater patience and self-compassion. Sign 8. A stronger sense of purpose. Develops with newfound clarity, the divine masculine starts aligning with his soul's purpose in a way that feels deeply authentic and empowering. He may feel an undeniable pull toward creative passions, exploring artistic expressions that resonate with his inner truth. Whether through music, writing, painting, or another creative outlet, he begins to channel his emotions and insights into meaningful work. At the same time, he develops a strong desire to serve others, recognizing that his own growth is intricately connected to the well-being of those around him. He may feel called to mentor, guide, or uplift others in a leadership capacity, stepping into a role that fosters inspiration and healing. This newfound purpose isn't just about external achievements. It's about embodying a life that aligns with his values, passions, and higher calling. No longer operating on autopilot, he moves with a sense of profound intention, crafting a future that reflects his evolved state of consciousness and commitment to spiritual growth. Sign 9. Acceptance of the divine feminine's decision. Instead of resisting, blaming, or feeling victimized, he begins to respect the feminine's choice to step away. He acknowledges that her journey is just as sacred as his own, understanding that she, too, must follow her path of healing and self-discovery. He recognizes that love is not about possession, but about freedom, and he learns to release any lingering attachments with grace. This acceptance marks a significant turning point, signifying maturity, emotional intelligence, and a deeper trust in divine timing. Rather than seeing this separation as a loss, he begins to perceive it as an opportunity for both to evolve, trusting that if reunion is meant to happen, it will come from a place of mutual growth and alignment. Sign 10. A genuine desire for reunion. From a place of growth, in the earlier stages of the twin flame journey, the longing for reunion may have been driven by a sense of fear or desperation, a deep-seated need to fill an inner void. This often created a cycle of chasing and seeking validation from the other person, which, while intense, may have been rooted in a sense of incompleteness. However, as the individual evolves, so too does the nature of their desire for connection. Now, when the longing for reunion emerges, it is no longer from a place of lack. The individual is no longer driven by the fear of losing their counterpart, nor are they looking for someone to complete them. Instead, they desire reconnection from a place of wholeness, self-acceptance, and inner peace. This newfound desire is about unity, but it is a unity that is healthy, balanced, and aligned with the growth they've experienced on their individual path. It is no longer about seeking someone to heal them, but rather about sharing their wholeness with another, creating a relationship built on mutual respect, love, and spiritual alignment. Conclusion: a journey toward transformation. The twin flame journey is often misunderstood as a path where one person is constantly chasing the other, desperately trying to bring about a reunion. However, this view oversimplifies the true nature of the path. The essence of the twin flame experience is not about one person pursuing the other, but about individual evolution leading to a divine and harmonious union. Both partners have their own spiritual journeys to undertake, and each must grow, heal, and expand individually before they can come together in a way that truly honors the depth of their connection. When the feminine energy stops chasing, it may appear as if she is abandoning the connection. In reality, however, this is a powerful act of self-love and self-care. She is choosing herself, her healing, her growth, and her spiritual expansion. By doing so, she creates space for her own transformation, which ultimately allows the divine masculine to embark on his own path of awakening. It is through this individual growth and healing that both twin flames are able to come together in a deeper, more meaningful way. If you resonate with these signs, know that this journey is unfolding exactly as it should. While it may not always follow the timeline we envision, trust that growth, healing, and reunion, if meant to be, will come at the right time, in the right way. The path of the twin flames is not about forcing a connection, but about allowing it to unfold naturally as both individuals embrace their own spiritual journeys. Thank you for watching. If this video resonated with you, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more content on twin flames, spiritual awakening, and personal transformation. Until next time, trust the journey, honor your soul's path, and know that the reunion you seek is already in motion, guided by the wisdom of the universe.